What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Do me a favor if you don't mind and just hit the like button. I'm gonna try to remember to say this going forward for a little while. We'll see what it do. Just hit the like button. It don't cost you nothing. I'm not asking you to subscribe if you don't want to. I've never asked anybody to ask you to subscribe, but just hit the like button. That's all I ask. Appreciate it. I've had a couple of men contact me because they were dating single mothers and the relationship was is getting serious, and they wanted to know my opinion on some things to look for to help them determine if they want to go to the next level in the relationship. So I've done a video like this before, but it might have been a couple months or whatever, so I will do this one again. Some qualities to look for in a single mother if you want to know she has potential to be a life partner or a wife. Again, this is my perspective. I'm giving you my personal experience of having dated single mothers. That's what you're going to get. Take it with a grain of salt, but it's going to be pretty close to what you're looking for. The main thing that I would tell you solid men to look for is to pay attention to her children. Sometimes we make things overcomplicated. All you really have to do is pay attention to her kids. For example, are the kids' basic needs being cared for? Do the kids, and again, you may think, well, what that got to do with our relationship? Trust. Do the kids, when you see them, if you see them, pictures of them, whatever, maybe you haven't met the kids yet, but if the relationship is serious, I'm assuming you have. When you see them, do the kids have on clean clothes? When she feeds them, are they eating decent meals? If every time you see her and she say, I gotta go make dinner real quick, hold on, and then you say, well, what the kids eating tonight? And if 85% of the time she's saying a pepperoni hot pocket and a thermos of Kool-Aid, 85% of the time it's something like that, you gotta pay attention to that. To me, that's a red flag. Okay? Clean clothes, they hygiene as well, and they're eating decent meals. It's gonna show that she prioritizes her kids and do what she have to do. Again, every time they eat, it's hot pockets, cut up hot dogs and pork and beans. You gotta see that for what it is. Okay? Also, pay attention to, and that's the first one is big. Just watch the kids. The kids will tell you a lot. The discipline and the boundaries that she has for the kids. In other words, that she set rules for her kids, and you can see that they have some type of structure. Or do the kids run the house? A lot, and pay attention to that. Don't allow your feelings for this woman to overlook the reality of what you see in her children. Don't allow her pretty eyes to cause you to miss. See, man, we so base, we so simple. We can get so caught up in attraction and think that maybe later things will change, or it won't be that way if y'all was in the same household. Focus on her. Let her children show you your potential future with this woman. If she don't have rules in place for her children and they run the house, they're going to run your house. Just telling you. And when you try to step in and bring correction, even if she say it's fine, it's going to create friction between you and the kids because they're not yours. Remember that. It's just the world we live in. Nature wasn't necessarily built for us to have to do things the way that we're doing things now. I mean, the reality is, in a perfect world, the mother and the father, the paternal parents would be together, and they would raise the kids. Of course, we're living in a different day now, where people pass away, people break up, people get a divorce, the woman goes away, the man goes away, whatever, and we're stuck with what we have to deal with. But just remember, the nature don't change. If they run her house, they're gonna run your house. If she does have rules and boundaries set in place, then she's showing you that she understands and gets structure and responsibility. That's the part you want to pay attention to. And it also going to let you know the kind of household that you could potentially have with this woman, if she understands structure and responsibility, and if that's something that's important to you as it is important to me. That's why I say I'm giving this to you from my personal perspective. I don't want somebody else's kids just running all over my house. Now, I expect kids to be kids. I've got 2 kids myself. I mean, they're 21 and 17 now. I expect kids to be kids, right? But what I don't expect is the kids to be running all over the kitchen table with dirty shoes on, right? I don't expect that. I don't expect the kids to be, on my bed, jumping up and down. They just came out the swimming pool without somebody telling them to get down. Now, will they run and jump on the bed? Sure, kids will be kids. But when somebody tells them to get down, they shouldn't still be like, no, mommy, and then just spraying the water gun all over my pillows and on my bed frame. And you just looking like, you gonna get your kids down, or what you gonna do? They just kids. They'll be fine. I'll wash them. No, get your kids down, man. They shouldn't even be in my room. I got stuff in here. You know what I'm saying? I got stuff to protect the family. They shouldn't be in here. I mean, it's put up. They shouldn't be in here. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Pay attention to that. Another one with the kids. So a lot of this stuff you're going to learn from the kids. Does her kids feel heard, or does she brush them off when they're speaking? I ran into that. Because a child that feels valued is going to have more confidence. Now that's in the development of the child, but you still want to pay attention to the fact, does she listen to her kids when they're speaking, or do she brush them off? Pay attention to the kids. How she cares for her kids is going to mirror. You actually get a chance to see her values in how she cares for her children. Right? Some men are not going to see it until they actually move in with the woman or marry the woman. Or you actually get to have a front row seat, and see what her values are by looking at her children. Okay? Keep this in mind. Being a single mother comes with a lot of stress. So what you want to know as a man is, can she handle stress, challenges, ups and downs without spiraling into drama? That's what you want to keep in mind. Because ultimately, peace still has to be maintained for you and for her. But we're talking about you. I'm trying to give you the best way in here. You want peace, not storms. Being single motherhood comes with stress. So you want to figure out when that stress comes, and she already has it, and then the other stress of life that will come and add to what she already has. How does she handle those challenges? Does she spiral into drama? Pay attention to that, because it's going to affect your peace later. If you miss it and she don't handle conflict, challenges, if you miss it, if you bypass it, it's going to affect your peace later. Another one. How does she speak of her past? Especially about the father or fathers of her children. If she's always, and I mean always, because we all have negative things to say about our exes, but at the same time we chose them, so we should have something positive to say as well. If she's always speaking in a resentment, anger, blaming, no accountability about her past, particularly about the father of her children, that is a red flag. Pay attention to that. Matter of fact, that's something you should probably be asking her once you guys are close. Not on the first 10 dates, but once you guys are close enough where you're thinking about taking it to the next level, you should ask her, how do you feel about your ex? Now, again, of course, if he ain't doing nothing for the kids, you've been able to sit back and see he don't never come around. He don't barely want to pay child support. Of course, there's going to be some negative energy there. I get that. But just pay attention to how she say it. If it's all him, pay attention to that. If you detect no accountability whatsoever, well, was he always like this? He always was like that. How many kids y'all got? Got 3 kids. They 5, 10, 14. So he always was that way, and you kept having his kids? See, you got to pay attention to that. How she speaks of her past. Particularly how she speaks of her ex. Does she have her own income? If that's obviously, because she's bringing kids. Does she have her own income? Does she have housing? Does she have a plan for her life? Does she have a plan to manage it? Pay attention to that. Because if not, that means you're going to be responsible for all of it. And you don't want to be in a situation where she's just using you to rescue her from the dilemma that she is in. That part is not your responsibility. Loving her, caring for her, being affectionate towards her, emotional, all these things, loving the kids to the best of your ability, that's your responsibility. But rescuing her, she needs to have some type of plan. I'm saying she gotta have a lot of money or even stay in a great name, but you should be able to see some plan that she has for her life. So that y'all, once she comes alongside together, y'all can continue y'all journey together. So another, time management. Pay attention to that one. If she has the ability to have, 1 or 2 kids, 3, whatever, work a job, and she still has excellent time management, pay attention to that. Because a lot of times, time management will suffer when single mothers have children. They're trying to juggle between children and a job, and you got all these different things going on, doctor's appointments, and got to be here, got to be there. And if she can still, within all of that, still find time to have and maintain a healthy relationship with you, if she's doing that well, that's a plus. Pay attention to that. Because time management is very important. That's another one that also mirrors her potential for you all in the future. Her time management, very powerful. And the last one I would say is, I throw in as a bonus, Pay attention to, and you will know this by now, how soon she introduces you or introduce you to her children. In my opinion, the best, this is my opinion. My opinions, we can flow either way. I ain't saying I'm right. I'm using my opinions, how I see it. The best of mothers will not introduce her children to her new man quickly. If y'all going out on 2 or 3 dates and she talking about come meet my kids, nigga run. You know, nigga run. I don't care if you white or black. We all, I'm calling all y'all the N-word today. Nigga run. You hear what I'm telling you? You went out on 2 dates. You don't even know her middle name yet. And you drop her off. And she opened the door. You trying to pull her back. You trying to, you ain't trying to kiss in the mouth because it's a second date, but you trying to smell that vanilla, that vanilla cream on it. So you trying to get a hug. She opened the door calling all her kids. Timmy, Shaquana, Luca, Simeon, come here. In parentheses, meet y'all new daddy. Boy, by the time them kids get to that door, you better be in your F-150. You better be out of there. That's a bonus. Pay attention to how soon she introduced you to her kids. You got it? Good.